How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. And we got a fun video for you today on Absolute A-Force. So Absolute A-Force is going to be a new team coming from Marvel Strike Force. This is my initial reaction. I have not read these kits yet. I know there's a lot of reworks. I know there's a lot of buzz about this team. So I'm excited to read it with you guys for the first time. And they're apparently going to be a force to be reckoned with. The key to a good sequel is to give fans what they loved about the original, crank up the action by 11, and make sure the battles are unforgettable. Check, check, and check with the upcoming Absolute A-Force team. Absolute A-Force is not only an Alliance War specialist, but another war team. So we had Mercs for Money recently, we had Alpha Flight recently, Undying, I guess Astral's technically also like a war team. Putting a lot of effort into war. Hopefully we see some reward shifts to make people care about it a bit more. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Is not only an Alliance War specialist, they say though. So let's see where they are in other modes as well. They're said to be the next big thing in war, capable of shutting down any team and not employing the services of Odin or Mephisto. So that's what they said about Undying 2. And that was true, right? Like if you pair Odin with Undying, then you can crush pretty much every single Mephisto team. And the same thing if you pair Mephisto with them. Like there's lots of power there. But without those plug and play characters, they can't really attack the counterpart. But that's right, put Apocalypse and Super Skrull on alert, because the hunters are now the hunted. Ooh, I like that. The War Supreme team is composed of new, variant, and veteran faces. Joining the fights are newbies, Miss Marvel Classic, Kahhori, Medusa, along with updated Wasp and Ironheart. While there are no legendary, mythic, or epic characters on Absolute A-Force, that doesn't stop them from being so strong that they're practically a force of nature. Okay, we get it. We get the puns, we get the puns. Kahhori, while the Tesseract fell through space and crashed into a lake in pre-colonial North America, its waters are transformed into a gateway to the stars. Kahhori, a Mohawk woman who was traversing the area, fell into the mystical lake and found herself transported to Skyworld, the cosmic home of her long-lost ancestors with superhuman abilities. Emboldened with newfound powers of strength, flight, and energy manipulation, I like that, she embraced her destiny as a protector of her people and the land. Kahhori is a controller for Absolute A-Force who specializes, well, they say like protector and the controller. Okay, what do we got here? We'll find out later. Who specializes in speeding around the battlefield, flipping effects, and incapacitating enemies who have exposed. Ooh, we got another expose coming in. Her basic special passive can all apply expose. Okay, well, there you go. But her basic is especially powerful. If her target doesn't have any positive effects, she'll apply expose. If the target already has expose, she'll apply blind. This is in addition to hitting the target for drain and piercing. When enemies have exposed, Kahhori's passive sets up enemies for the rest of her team by lowering their revive chance by 100%. Ooh, okay. I can see a lot of teams that's going to come in handy against. Additionally, in war, expose prevents enemies from filling speed bar for themselves or allies, besides normal means, which is just like when turns happen. Makes it so enemies cannot gain stealth or charged, can't barrier anyone and have their assist chance reduced by 100%. Get wrecked, old man Logan. All right, Kahhori, hero, cosmic, mystic, controller, Absolute A-Force, speed of 122. Attack primary target for 200% piercing, 50% drain, and 5% of target's max health. Hold on. Every time we see this from now on, we need to talk about Knull. Anytime we see max health damage come in, and if it's on a lot of characters, or even just a character that's going to survive a lot in their own right, we need to think about Knull in Battle World. Because when we get to difficulty 5, max health is going to be so crucial in putting up the best scores. If the primary target is a minion, attack for 30% of the target's max health instead. Flip 2 positive effects into negative effects on the primary target. In war, flip all positive effects to negatives. If the primary target has expose, apply blind. If the primary target has no positive effects, apply expose. Apply +1 charge up to maximum of 3 to the chargeable A-Force ally with the most life. So we're going to have some chargeable A-Force now. Prolong the duration of 1 positive effect on this character by 1 up to a maximum of 2. When forced to attack an ally, this character deals less. Okay, so this is for Knull. When this character deals less damage, does not flip positive effects, and does not apply any negative effects, and does not apply expose to Absolute A-Force characters. So Knull has a mind control effect in the darkness thing, right? So this is just talking for him. And look, we got 5% max life in the ISO attack, so screams Striker. Also doing the charged, also prolonging duration. What a basic. Holy shoot, what a basic. Special, 1 out of 4, so it's on turn 3. Clear all barrier from all allies. Knull. Attack all enemies for 250 plus 30% drain. This attack deals double damage to enemies that have safeguard. Flip 5 positive effects into negative effects on all enemies. Apply offense down for 2 turns, heal block for 2 turns, and 2 bleeds for 1 turn to all enemies. If an enemy does not have any positive effects, apply trauma for 2 turns to that character. So kind of like Green Goblin Classic's ultimate. Apply expose to all support enemies. Redistribute total health evenly between self and all absolute A-Force allies. So don't use this in Crucible Stage 6 if we still have those rules up. And in War, this attack cannot be dodged, blocked, or counterattacked, but it can miss, so blind will stop this. Ultimate. 2 out of 6. This is a turn 4, so she's got to be getting energy from somewhere, right? We've never seen a character start with this far off. So, but her basic is, oh my god, it's because her basic is insane. Yeah, her basic's insane. This screams Knull to me so far. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 500% piercing. Apply defense down for 2 turns. Defense down for Knull is also very crucial. Heal block, disrupt for 2 turns, and trauma for 2 turns. This attack deals double damage to enemies that have safeguard. Fills speed bar by 100%. In War, this attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked or counterattacked. The passive. On spawn after all of the characters' on spawn effects. Okay, this is important because there's like this back and forth. So what this tells me is that she will do this effect after Ares has done his stuff. After Vulture has done his stuff. Like they had to change the verbiage in Black Panther Shuri's kit because of this issue. So on spawn, after all of the other characters' on spawn effects, fill speed bar for self by 200%. What the shit? On spawn, after all other characters' effects, she's going to fill speed bar by 200%. So she's going to take 2 turns. So she's going to basic twice. She's going to rip Knull to pieces immediately. 2 turns? That's crazy. Think about, okay, hold on. This doesn't even need other characters. Think about this in like a Crucible landscape where we want to get Odin to do a bunch of assists. So she's like Odin's best friend now. What are we doing here? That's crazy. Actually crazy. And it's going to attack the enemy controller with the highest focus for 350% piercing. While this character's health is above 50% life, she cannot gain slow. The focus and damage of this character can only be reduced by offense down. Okay, focus means get wrecked Cosmic Ghost Rider. Damage, Knull. The playable Knull does a damage decrease, right? As do some other characters. Enemies with expose. In War, if this character has 4 or more absolute A-Force allies, cannot fill speed bar for themselves or allies. In War, if this character has 4 or more A-Force allies, cannot fill speed. It must mean enemies cannot fill speed bar for themselves. It just must be a missing word there. In War, cannot gain stealth or charged. Must mean enemies cannot gain stealth or charged. This does not prevent prolonging duration of negative effects. Prolonging of effects already on the target. In War, cannot barrier themselves or allies. Yikes. That wrecks Astral too. In War, have the assist chance lowered by 100%. That's a bunch of teams. And have their revive chance lowered by 100%. That's great. She's insane. So her passive, besides the speed bar, is pretty much non-existent outside of War. Like the exposed stuff, does she do anything to people with exposed outside of War? Besides the basic stuff? I mean, but that's enough. Right, her doing 2 basics, basically she's taking 10% of somebody's max health off right away, plus the damage she's going to do with new stats, plus the drain. Her life is going to be crazy high. She'll flip, like, she'll call people for an assist. This is kind of a busted character. Medusa. All right, here we go. The Queen of the Inhumans. Medusa was born into the royal family of Inhumans, and she discovered her incredible powers after exposure to the Terrigen Mist, which gifted her with prehensile her hair, her crazy hair. She can control precision and strength. As queen and wife to Black Bolt, she became a fierce and wise leader, using her unique abilities to protect her people and maintain order within I can't say it. I'm sorry, my tongue doesn't work that way. The Queen rules the battlefield as a damage dealer brawler. All of Medusa's attacks hit for piercing damage, while her special and ultimate deny a dead enemy of being revived, so more anti-revive. Medusa's passive makes her a particular fearsome ruler, preventing enemies from spawning with evade or death proof, and, in War, cause enemies to deal less damage and can't spawn with defense up or speed up. No speed up is crazy. And protectors are further supplicated when they can't spawn with safeguard. Get wrecked, annihilators. Black Knight doesn't spawn with Safeguard. He just gets it after the fact. Is it really just Get Wrecked Gladiator? That's kind of crazy. In war, enemies cannot... causes enemies to deal less damage and can't spawn with defense up or speed up is bonkers. Can't spawn with D. So that's Black Knight, the defense up. So yeah, RIP out of time because we have a can't get my focus reduced here. Can't spawn with defense up here. So Black Knight would just get demolished right away. That's interesting. I'm kind of curious about this part of Kahhori's kit. Has their revive chance lowered by 100%? But when a character is dead, if they died with Expose, like can Doctor Strange revive a dead ally? Is this just like if they have revive once, it's not going to work? I'm just kind of curious about that. Anyway, so she is a hero, global, bio, brawler, absolute A-Force, and she does have the Inhuman tag at 120 speed. So Kahhori 122, hero 120. Kahhori gets a lot of speed bar on the spawn, 2 turns worth. Let's see what happens here. Attack primary target for 160% piercing. Repeat this attack once. When forced to attack an ally, this character deals less damage to absolute A-Force. So this is, again, another call out to Knull. No percentile damage here, though. Bob and Weave. Jesus Christ, that's a good name. Energy cost forward for attack primary target for 60% pierce, 600% pierce with new stats. Yo, that's a lot. Gains 60% crit chance for this attack. So yeah, like having her crit on a 600% piercing with new character stats. Holy balls. If Black Bolt is an ally, or if this character has 3 more absolute A-Force allies, this attack gains 60% crit damage for the, oh my god. 600% piercing on 60%. So Raider, oh my god, that's going to hit so hard. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. This attack ignores defense up. It cannot be blocked or dodged. It can miss, though. Weaver coming into some new life, right? Ultimate, this is a turn 2 ability. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 400% piercing and gains 60% crit chance for this attack, plus 20% additional damage per positive and negative effect on the primary target. If Black Bolt is an ally or 3 absolute A-Force allies, attack gains 60%. So she's a Raider for sure. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. Ignores defense up. Yo, she's going to hurt. She's going to hurt people. She's going to hurt them in ways they didn't know they could be hurt. All right, Inhuman Queen. Enemies cannot spawn with evade or death proof. Interesting. In war, enemies cannot spawn with defense up or speed up. Protector and blaster enemies cannot spawn with charged. Protector and blaster enemies cannot spawn with charged. There's a lot of characters to the... So Black Knight again, Protector. There's a lot of people like that. Protector enemies cannot spawn with Safeguard. Lower damage for all enemies by 20%. Lower resistance for all enemies by 80%. Yeah, gain 10% speed, absolute A-Force, gain 10% speed. Okay, so like Emma Frost, new Emma Frost character will stop that. That doesn't protect Astro from this team, I don't think. Let's see what's up with the Wasp and Ironheart, because Wasp is actually a really interesting rework. Both characters received the absolute A-Force trait in addition to generous stat upgrades to modernize their attacks. While also receiving key updates to their abilities that make them essential to the team, Ironheart hands out defense up to absolute A-Force, and her ultimate deals bonus damage with her new team. Wasp attacks sting extra hard, but most importantly, her new charged mechanic, combined with her increased damage, makes her a key to countering Old Man Logan. Old Man Logan is kind of used on offense, so I'm not sure that matters very much. Unless this is supposed to be a defense team. We haven't seen any offense or defense callouts. So Ironheart, 538% health increase, nearly 300 damage, 200 armor, 230 focus, 260 resist. That's the kind of stat increases I would expect to see from a super old character. Her basic, she's now going to gain an assist from a random Iron Man or Kahhori ally. That's percentile damage. So again, I'm thinking Knull here. This is crazy. Her special, it used to attack primary target and apply ability block. Now, it attacks primary and adjacents for 320% damage. This is actually a really big modifier for the new character stats. It applies ability block, and in war, it cannot be dodged. Not the biggest kit change here, but this assist is really interesting in my opinion for Battle World. Heartbreaker. It used to tackle enemies, apply defense down, and war it gained 100,000% extra focus. Now, it attacks all enemies for 350% damage, applies defense down for 2 turns. If she has 3 or more absolute A-Force allies, this attack deals an additional 650% damage with new stats. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. And she's going to give defense up to them. Not like that's a very minimal rework. She's just going to be straight damage. And this assist I do like for Battle World. It means like every time she gets a turn, max health can happen. Like I just wouldn't bother. Would I bother with these other attacks? No, I would just always use her basic. Like you don't, getting defense down is cool, but I'd rather have Kahhori come in and do 5% damage. So I would always use her basic in against Knull. Okay. Wasp, health 508, damage 314, nice. Armor 211, focus 327. This is very important. I want to keep an eye on this. Resist 295. I see no speed increases for either of these characters. I want to keep an eye on that. All right, special. So her basic didn't change. Her special is now bonus attacking for 3 times for 230% damage. So total of 4, what's that? Is 800 plus 920% damage. That's insane. Okay. That's a lot of damage. It does still apply the stun. If this character has 3 more A-Force allies, it'll reduce speed bar on primary target by 30%. In war, this attack cannot be blocked or dodged. It can still miss. I always love these turn 1 stuns. I don't see Wasps getting to go very quickly though, so it's not like her turn 1 stun happens in a meaningful time. All right, the ultimate. The ultimate is kind of cool because it hits everybody. So attacks all enemies for 380. In war, if she has 3 more absolute A-Force allies, this attack deals an additional 400. It's nearly 800% damage with new character stats. Is insane. That's insane damage. So the thing about Wasp and Ironheart that I'm seeing right here is they're just straight blunt instruments of damage. Nothing too, well, I haven't gone over the passive for Wasp yet, but the abilities themselves, just straight blunt instruments of damage, which is cool. Passive shrink. So on spawn, gain charged. When this character is attacked, lose 1 charged. Gain an additional 10% dodge chance per charged. In war on spawn, gain 3 charged instead. Gain an additional 25 dodge chance per charged instead. Wait, that's it? Didn't they say something about Wasp charge account doing something? New charge mechanic combined with her increased damage make her a key to countering Old Man Logan. How? Wait, what? Let me read this again. Wasp attacks sting extra hard, but most importantly, her new charge mechanic combined with her increased damage make her a key to countering Old Man Logan. Why? Because she'll dodge a couple of his attacks? His ultimate's unavoidable. I don't get it. How does this charge help her? I mean, like, she might one-shot him. I'm looking at this, like, she might one-shot Old Man Logan. We see Lady Dressstrike one-shot him. So I'm not sure why, you know, her special doing like 920% damage. I'm not sure how that won't one-shot Old Man Logan. So that I'll agree with, I guess. Photon got updated. Dev note, we decided to remove Photon's bonus that she was giving to A-Force allies and instead bake those bonuses directly into other A-Force allies' base stats. Okay, so we're going to see stat increases to the other A-Force people. So they're pulling Photon off the team. Her passive. This is what her passive used to. Let's just read the new part. So on spawn, gain 2 charge on A-Force or Secret Defender ally. Uses an ultimately gains 1 more on ally on any turn and no stat changes to her. Okay. This is interesting. I'm not sure I like this. On any turn, this character's 5 more charge. Attacks enemies for 360. Fill speed bar herself and Secret Defenders and A-Force allies by 20%. Lose charge. So it's not absolute A-Force allies. It's just A-Force allies here. Does she have any absolute A-Force ally callouts? None? Hold on. Are they called out absolute A-Force? They're called out as absolute A-Force. They don't have A-Force themselves. So does that mean Photon does shit for them? Do the other characters, all that synergy just doesn't work? Why even include this if that's the case? Do the other characters do anything for just A-Force? Will be the next question. It's all absolute A-Force. Absolute A-Force, absolute A-Force. That's Medusa. Kahhori, absolute A-Force. It's all absolute A-Force. Why are they even touching old A-Force then? Okay, so Secret Defender allies gain 30% damage and 15% max health. They took away the part where A-Force allies get that too. And that is why we're seeing the 15% health and 30% damage buffs put in on across the board. That's interesting in case you decide you want to do some sort of hybrid, I guess. I'm not sure why you would, though, would be the problem with that statement. Or maybe I do know why. This video is missing something. We see 4 people getting the Absolute A-Force tag. Who's the 5th? Well, guys, to see who the 5th character Absolute A-Force is, you're going to have to head on over to Beni Westside to see information on the brand new Captain Marvel character coming to the game. Beni Westside loves Captain Marvel, so we all agreed that he should go ahead and take this one. So I'm going to leave a link to that video in the comment section and the description. Go show him some love. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. I hear he's going to be dressing up a little special for y'all. And we'll break down Captain Marvel on our own at a later date. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave it a like, share with friends, and subscribe to the channel if you did. But for now, have yourselves a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.